Hello and welcome back. This is Elder God Bones here, continuing on with our playthrough of Factorio, covering the beginnings and going into the latter aspects of the game. As always, please leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell so you get those notifications. And we'll go ahead and get into this, shall we? So last time when we left off here, we just got power set up, and we just power set up automation and the automated process of getting red science up and running. And so I'm going to go ahead and run down here, drop off the red science. We have 12 of them, and it looks like we need to, we need to get some coal here. Stick that in here before it dies out. Now, what I did there was I hit M to bring up the map, scrolled in so I could view where the burner drills are. I held left control and, left click and drag over them, and that picked up all of the coal in the miners. So today we're gonna primarily focus on getting kind of the same setup as far as we have smelters for the iron, for the copper, and for the stone, and then also coal as well. Getting into the electric miners, which are here, and then substantially upgrading our power to be able to use the electric miner drills, to be able to then use the inserters to insert everything that we need to make sure that we can automate everything. So yeah, let's go ahead and get dove right into this here. So we got, well, we need a whole bunch more burner insert. I'll go ahead and make all 24 of these stone furnaces. We'll let those create. And then we'll make, I don't know, probably another 8 more of these inserters, or these burner drills. That leaves us 16. Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll do 10. That leaves us with 14. That works out fine. And we'll stick these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, hey, I've... well, yeah. 5. Need 5 more. While we're waiting, we'll grab some coal. And then make an input. And those have started. We'll hit Q for the pipette tool. Seems like I can count. Okay. Now we have a whole bunch of iron plate going. And so, as I was saying before, you can make 2. I'm sorry. Per boiler, you can make 2 steam engines. Now, I just noticed that I do need to move this because that is out of the way, but this is a temporary setup as it is to begin with. So, we're going to go ahead and grab some more stone up here. So we can make we need to make a few more of these stone furnaces for us. And then we'll turn those into boilers, and then we'll lay down all of the pipe work for the 14, all the pipe work and everything and the groundworks to have a proper power setup for early game. Because since I know you can't see it yet, I have turned down the water generation to give as much land as possible to go over all the maths and everything. This here is going to be our water for predominantly everything. And since it's an infinite resource, that's why I don't overtly care one way or the other. Oh, we have all 20 of those made, so we have 18, or there were 16 made. So we'll go ahead and make the 18 boilers. Let them go to town. You know what? I'm gonna tear these down. No reason for that to be that many. That works. 313, and then we'll... And then so as you've seen what I've done here, if you control right click, you basically just drop everything off until they're full. And then now, control left click, I have 168 iron plates and 300 copper plates. So we can make 5 more. We'll go ahead and make 2 more. That'll give us 20. And with the remaining ones, we'll make 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. That's good. Oh no! Wasn't paying attention. I totally clicked on small electric poles when I didn't need to do that. Whatever. Oh, I should have only made 19. Should only made 1 more because I have the 1 boiler. Whatever. It's not the end of the world. Okay. Ooh, we got... Ooh, looks like we have a little bit of copper there. So the radar serves 2 functions. 1, it always uncovers a patch where you can always scroll in and see. And 2, it scans these sectors. As you can see, there's a scan sector. There's nothing there except grass. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll get these 20 boilers laid out here. And so as you know, as before, you can see where the water comes in on either side, and then steam, of course, is turned out. So what we're going to do is we're going to set one... let's see, where do we want... No, I don't want power coming this way. I want it to come over here. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to have to run it for kind of a random direction, but it's not the end of the world. So we'll go ahead. Or do I want it to go vertically? No, because I want to have our starter base over here and then just kind of explore or expand that away. And then that can just be belted down. Now we'll go down. We'll go down. That works. So, 1 down, space in between it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And yeah, there's a copy paste tool that they've input into it as well. Actually would come in quite handy. But before diving into that, I wanted to, well, go over the basics, because kind of like when you're in school, and as you can see, you can place things down. I'm just minding the gap between the two. You can place things down by just holding left click. And then right click, tears everything up. So now we need a lot of iron. And when I say a lot of iron, I mean a lot. Oh, hey, there we go. So 46, 41, that's good. We'll let that churn away for a few minutes. And then I also need to build 1 more offshore pump. While that's running around, or while that's going on, let's see what we can do. Do we have... Let's start the automation of... Oh wait, I did. I forgot that I started this. I feel ridiculous. Go ahead and grab this, stick this in here. And then now we'll go ahead and what's our power production at? We'll hit P for production. Oh, no, wait, no, that's... Oh yeah, that is right. I'm an idiot. Pollutions kills. Oh no, never mind. That is definitely not the same. We'll go ahead and place down a whole bunch of power poles. Plunk this down. We'll have this churn out stone furnaces. Just drop that in there. Stick. And we'll limit that to 100. Yeah, we almost have all the gears necessary. And yes, I'm being a filthy handcrafter. Right now, I don't care. So, we'll go ahead and... Well, yeah, let's get lights. I mean, turrets really aren't that big of a deal in this playthrough because of... Well, it's peaceful. I don't have any biters. But I'm also a stickler for... Let's research everything, because solar panels and everything else... Oh, and actually leading into white science, so never mind. We'll go ahead and get that researched. It's doing its thing. Ooh, we have 77 of them. Yes! Okay, so now we need... So we need to make... I know we went over this before. We need to make green circuits. So, I know it said that it was 3 copper plates to 2 iron plates. And we're not gonna do that. I just really want to make a very rough thing where we're not worried about optimization right now, because we don't have the throughput to justify it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna share these 2 bins here. And we're gonna top everything off on coal, and this is just like before, how I said that I hate the burner inserter phase, or the burner phase. Looks like I need some of those, and I'm not close enough. Still not close enough. There we go. Ooh, I can make 3. That works. So we'll get everything set up here. So these go here. This is going to be the inserter. Or, I'm sorry, not the inserter. The assembly machine making green circuits. This is going to be the copper cable. And let's see, 1, 2, 3. I need a 4th one. $15. Yeah, let's get it. Okay. Input, 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 and then doom boom doom. What a lovely sound.
Gimme.
Go ahead and get logistics researched. And so what logistics is going to do is going to give us an underground belt and a splitter. And with the aforementioned lamp research we did, we unlocked the lights. Once it, because I mean there is a day-night cycle, but I am using Are You Afraid of the Dark to make it not as bright. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, we'll limit that to 1. They stack in stacks of 200, so we'll let that churn through. And then now inserters require this iron plate and an iron gear. So then trying to think of a good way to do this without making it look like utter total spaghetti, but I don't think that's going to be an option at this point in time. And spaghetti is what the people in the game call when stuff runs all over the place. And you inevitably are and will have to deal with spaghetti. Or spaghetti, however you want to classify it. It is kind of a rite of passage to deal with and to learn how to deal with the spaghetti to make everything function properly. And so what I'm doing here is I am creating a drop-off point for the iron plates. So this is going to make gears, and then these inserters will then pass it back to this assembly machine to where it will output. Yeah, it might help if I get out of the way. The inserters. So we'll place down a few power poles to make sure everyone has power. And then we just need some iron ore, or some iron plates, and then we'll limit this to a stack. And we have to have it open because if you close it completely, it won't deposit into the chest, which thusly defeats the purpose. So now we have the inserters automated. And now we'll go ahead, and since we have all of our wonderful, lovely steam engines, stick these down here. And I'm going to try and keep these videos between 30 to 45 minutes long. Oops. Just for time's sake and, well, sanity. It's a lot to take in. This game can be a little overwhelming at first, especially since we're going over a lot of things. And I'm building, you don't have to build an energy production facility or a power plant this large. The only reason I'm doing it this large initially is because I don't want to have to come back and build it again or add on to it. I would just much rather build it properly the first time and then come back to build another one on the other side, which is a thing. So going over the maths. So as I was saying before, one of these is good for 900 kilowatts of power. And again before, I don't have my calculator. So we'll bring calculator over here. 900 kilowatts of power times 40 gives us 36,000 kilowatts, or 36 megawatts of power. This will be pretty good up until we start running until we start getting into, like, I would say midway through early game. And then what'll happen is we will double this. We'll end up building another one on the other side. Ooh, logistics is finished. Yay! We'll go ahead and research. Let's see. We'll do steel. How many do we have? We have 59. Okay, we have plenty to do that. So yeah, we'll double this to go on the other side. So what'll happen is eventually there will be a belt here, and then we'll do another line of boilers, and then 40 more, and then that gives us roughly 70 megawatts of power, and then you can copy paste that, bloop, multiple times over until you have done your you're meeting your energy requirements. And that is a viable solution in Factorio. It is, I mean, there is no wrong, quote unquote, way to do it. It's just more about if you play with biters, or the natives as they're known to, they eat pollution. And the more pollution you make, the more likely you are, or how you are going to get attacked more. So it's a catch-22. I almost looked like I had those. No. And so now we have. Ooh, we are out of iron plates over here. So we'll take all. We have 337 belts. While we're at it, so we will. And what I'm doing here is I'm adding the place markers, so once I start mass producing these, and then I grab them, they're on my toolbar ready for me to use. But now we need to make some electric mining drills, because the first thing we're going to automate is the production of power. So then we'll be moving away from these and running a belt all the way down over there. So now we have some iron, or some copper. We need some iron. 5 mining drills is a good place to start. So we'll make those. We have 49. Good even number, 4 on each side. We have those 5 done. And then as you can see, they are significantly larger than the burner drill counterpart. So I'm going to go ahead and tear these down while we're waiting on those other 3 to finish. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set them right here. So we have 4. And again, just holding left click and running, and they just place right next to each other. And actually, just getting into it a little bit more, you can see that there is the actual miner itself, and then it has a mining range, you can see over there on the right, of 5 by 5. So this is 3 by 3 building with a range of 5 by 5, so it will grab everything. As you can see, its expected resources is 279,000. As you get closer to like over here, only 4.7 thousand. Hey, steel's finished. So we'll go ahead and place that back in place. Next one, eventually I'm not gonna end up handcrafting anymore, so no. And yeah, we'll go ahead and research a stone wall. It only takes 10. It's getting it out of the way. How many? 72? Okay. And the beauty of long reach is I don't have to run all the way over there. Just a quality of life thing. Because generally speaking, without it, from here to this drill is your effective distance. It might even actually be less than that. So what we'll do here is, so when you're actually, since I haven't really placed any, everything is built in the cardinal directions. North, south, east, and west, or up, down, left, right, however you want to call it. And with to change the direction of the belt, you click R. So we have, we'll do 1, 2, and then we want to go down, run, and boom. And you can ride it. Yay! And as you can see too, with the you just follow the path. And the outside of the belt does spin faster than the inside of the belt. It's nice that they actually think about that as it is turning. So we'll go ahead and take these. Okay, first we'll go ahead and research gun turret. It'll never get used. Well, it will get used, but not for its intended purposes. Run this down at about here. Fast belt bending. Ooh, what do we got here? Pressing R while dragging. Oh, that's new. Okay. I'm a fan. So as you can see, we're running. This is generally further than I'd like to belt stuff, but for the sake of this, it's not the end of the world. And unless I come across a closer coal plant, or coal patch, because words, it's not going to happen. Okay, and now last part is we need some burner inserters. We need 20 of them. So we'll scroll back up here, do our control left click, 5, 10, 15, 20. And we'll go ahead and boiler in the way. Thank you for pointing out the obvious. Flashy light and military. Okay, and now we have our belts, our inserters put in, and now I'm just going to place our power poles in place. So once it does come up and running, it can effectively start producing power to power our factory. And then slowly, as time progresses on, the last part here is we need water. And boom. And so now there is water flowing through the pipes. And so the pipes do have it says water 100 of 100. These are good for 1200 water a second. And so these use 60 water a second. So one offshore pump at 1200 a second divided by 60 is 20. So it is effectively, this is a proper ratio for the one offshore pump. So when we need to make the second one, we make a second offshore pump, so on and so forth. As you get into the later aspects of the game, as far as the other power sources, i.e. nuclear, which uses a whole lot more, like we'll go nuclear power. Where are you? There's the uranium production. Aha, nuclear power plant. So it produces 40 megawatts of power per reactor, and then you have the steam reactor, which uses, or the steam turbine, I'm sorry, not reactor. It consumes steam to create electric energy, similar to the steam engine here, but on the nuclear, these produce 5.82 megawatts of electricity per. And they also hold a higher max temperature. Max temperature is 500 Celsius on this. These are 165 Celsius. So significantly more efficient and have the potential to have gigawatts of power. And I have personally run into plants that I have, or factories that I have made that do use all of a couple of gigs of power. And so what I'm doing here is I'm just getting these hooked up, and they're going off to the races. We have our first production line, a proper quote-unquote non-dirty production line. And we'll go ahead and research electronics next. I think, do we have enough? Yes, we do. We have 51 left. And so we'll go ahead and we'll follow this down. Also, too, when you run on a belt, if you go run with the direction of it, you go faster. If you run against the belt, you do move slower. And some of the belts, you can't run against the grain. It is just not possible. Okay, while we're waiting, go ahead and... oops. Drop-offs. You know what? I'm gonna grab Control right click to grab half of it, and then Control left click to drop all that in there. And we'll go ahead and throw this up here. Now you can see here that this is running at peak. I'm actually, we are not getting our satisfaction. We are not producing enough power. We are demanding 1.1 kilowatts of power, and we are clearly not getting it. As soon as these go active, you will see them have a substantial decrease in power output, or well, in words. You'll have a substantial decrease in the amount of resources you're using because our satisfaction of the actual support itself, line itself. And there we go. And you can see they have already slowed down. And so now if we go click on a power pole, left click, you can see here that we are producing 1.1 and our capacity is now 9.8, now 11.6 megawatts. And as these trickle down, and here what I'm going to do is now that this is offline, I'm just going to tear this down. There is no need for this anymore. Leave that there. And then we'll just... And see, now we have the ability to create, or have the production capabilities of 28.8 megawatts of power. And, this is, we're at 36 minutes here. This is all the time that we have for this episode today. I do thank you for joining, and, again, leave a like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. You beautiful bastards have a wonderful rest of your day, and bye-bye.